Alright, I will do a my testing here. Yeah, this one is for MF. So yeah, we will discuss about paper 2 here. Yeah, let me do a my test myself. Oops. My testing 1 2 3. My testing 1 2 3. Alright, we will start the live streaming in just like maybe 2 to 3 hours. 2 to 3 seconds. 2 to 3 minutes. Yeah, the MRSM paper 1 already done. Is it possible to make my font become bigger a bit? Because it's very hard for me to read the chart. The font is like so small. Yeah, yeah. Every live streaming also got student ask when I will actually upload this one, but you no worry because I will upload these live streamings like straight after the live streaming is end. Where can get this PDF? Yeah, this PDF paper you can get it online. And I want to see, is there any way to make my font become bigger a bit? But it seems like a little bit hard. Just want to thank you for all these videos for us. It's really helped. Already in uni. Totally wouldn't make it without your video. Wow. Thanks and you're welcome. Why did you decided to discuss this paper? Because remember last few days actually I create a award in my community there, and then yeah, this MRSM paper 2 is the highest award one. I guess we have about 1,000 students actually work about this paper. So this is the reason why I choose this paper. Go to setting and zoom in more. You mean the paper? You want me to zoom in more about the paper? Should be okay. But I can't zoom until too big. I'm so sorry because I need some space for myself to write. Alright, so yeah, I see the Alvin is here. So Alvin, I'm going to set you as a moderator, and I hope you can help me to monitor. I guess you already as a moderator here. So yeah, help me to monitor my chat room over here. Alright, so yeah, let's start about this live streaming. Alright, so I will start my own screen recording here. Alright, so today we will discuss about the MRSM 2019 paper 2 additional mathematics. Okay, so let's go to the question number 1 here. The question number 1 here, basically they ask you to sketch the graph for y equals to 1 minus 2 tangent x. So it shouldn't be too difficult if you understand about tangent. Oops. So let me insert the draw. I choose my color. Alright, so I kind of want to draw 1 minus 2 tangent. Alright, so when I see the 1 here, I always start from the 1. So I start from the 1 here. And then because this is negative 2 tangent, so for tangent, right, so basically the normal tangent we will actually draw like this. But this is negative, right, so we will start from here and then we draw like this. Then we have something like this, stop at 1. And then we'll continue. And then we will still continue like this. Stop at 1. So basically here will be pi. And then here will be 2 pi. And then this one is pi over 2. This one is 3 pi over 2. Yep. And if you really want to know like where is the what is the 2 tangent here actually means is like so basically the 45 degree you will add the negative 1, but I guess you don't need to show the amplitude too. If you want, you basically like this value over here, you actually will give you 3. Yeah, which is every 45 degree actually will give you 2. Because the amplitude is 2, but normally tangent we do need to show the amplitude, so I will just ask the student just write like this. This is a negative tangent, right? Yeah, this is the negative tangent because you can see the amplitude over here is negative 2, isn't it? So basically this is the negative tangent. Alright, so yeah, but because seldom I see you have a 2 amplitude for tangent. So in order to like, if you really want to show this thing, you can do that, but then you must like show carefully. What if is 1 plus tangent x? Yeah, it's 1 plus, then you have something like this. This is 1, right? So this is 1 plus tangent x. We'll stop at 2 pi. This is 1 plus tangent x. Or 1 plus 2 tangent x, 3 tangent x is all the same. This is 1 minus 2 tangent x. So you should be able to see the difference between them. Basically, they are flip over there. So step is 45 degree coefficient, of course. Alright, so yeah, this one shouldn't be too difficult, right? So alright, so I'm going to move on to the next one. Hence, using the same axis, draw a suitable straight line. So straight line must be x power 1. Find the number of solution. So we have this thing. So in order to have a straight line, my idea is I must have a y equals to mx plus c. So I will need to have my y into my equation, but you realize the whole equation don't have y. So in order to have y, I need to have the 1 minus 2 tangent x. So I want to have 1 minus 2 tangent x. So first thing is I divide pi first, because I have 2 pi tangent x equals to negative x, right? So I'm going to divide pi for both sides. Why I want to do that? Because I want to get 2 tangent x. Right, then I must have something like 1 minus 2 tangent x. Then I multiply negative for both sides, and then I plus 1 for both sides. So you can see this is y, isn't it? Equals to x over pi plus 1. Alright, then this one is a straight line because x is power 1. But how am I going to draw this straight line? I'm going to draw a table for myself, x and y. I will assume when x equals to 0, and my y value basically equals to 1. So when x equals to 2 pi, my y value should equals to 2. Alright, so you can just substitute the 2 pi into the equation, something like y equals to 2 pi plus pi, oops, it's 3, sorry, plus 1. So pi and pi you simplify, 2 plus 1 you get 3. So then I will just draw this line, over here. 0, 1, which is here. And then 2 pi will go to 3, which is about 45 degree here. So it'll be somewhere here. So I just draw this line. And then I will just label it as y equals to x over pi plus 1. And then they ask about number of solution. That means they ask about intersection point. This one should be 1, 2, 3. So the number of solution will be 3. Basically, they have 3 intersection point. So this is how we do this kind of questions. So it should be quite easy. Alright, the question number 2 is a log questions over here. So first thing is, yeah, we want to know basically this log is it the same base over here? So if you see carefully, yeah, some students might not able to see it. So I'm just going to write bigger here. This is the questions equals to log 3, 5. So you have the different base. You have the 9 and 3. So first idea is you must always change them into the same base. So right now you have to ask yourself, you want to change base 3 to base 9, or you want to change base 9 to base 3. So I will always change the bigger one to the smaller. So because of this, I will change the base 9 to 3. So I will change this one because I want to change base 9 into the base 3. So this is how I change the base. I just write the whatever base I want, because right now I want base 3, right? So I say log 3 over log 3, x squared right at the top, 9 right at the bottom. Alright, then I will minus log 3, x minus 4 equals to log 3, 5. Alright, you should already know log 3, 9 is equals to 2. If you are still ask me why this one is equal to 2, you better go figure out why it will equals to 2. Alright, so then because it's over 2 over here, so what I want to do is, I know over 2, basically, I can simplify the 2 by moving my 2 to the front here. So for the log, we know power we can move to the front, right? So I will move the 2 to the front here, become 2. Because why I want to do that? Because 2 and 2 I can simplify. Alright, then I will factorize out the log 3. And log rule tell me what? This minus will become divide after I factorize. So this one is x over x minus 4 equals to log 3, 5. Log 3 and log 3 I simplify. X over x minus 4 equals to 5. I move the x minus 4 to here. Then this is what I got. Then x equals to 5x minus 20. Then I will get 4x equals to 20. Then my x equals to 5. Right, this kind of question is not like very hard, but then you need to know like how to solve this kind of questions. And I hope you can know, you can see how I solve these questions. Yeah, and let me see the chat rooms. Yeah, so normally I will reply the chat room after I finish one questions, and you can ask anything about the questions. Yeah, if you ask any question like out of the paper I discussing right now, maybe I will answer you when live streaming is finished. When live streaming do finish already, then I will finish. I will answer your questions. Can I multiply equation by 2? You can multiply the whole equation by 2. Yeah, you can always do that, and I guess you will still get the same result with me, but your equation, the number, it just become bigger. So hope you can do the modern math paper before Thursday. Yeah, I definitely want to do the modern math. This one is for sure. So yeah, I will do modern math, but I'm not sure about the date because this few days I'm like super busy. So what if you change from log 3 to log 9? Yeah, you can do the log 3 to log 9. You will still get the same result. Alright, so but then the result will be slightly more complicated if you change the log 3 to log 9. Yeah, because what? Because you have to know what is log 9 3. If you know log 9 3 is equals to 1 over 2, then you can do that, because a lot of students cannot digest about this log 9 3. Because what? Log 9 3 is basically square root of 9, right? Then square root of 9 basically equals to 9 power of half, right? Then you can move this one and give you half. But log 9 3 equals to 1 over 2 is like not so common. So a lot of students might got wrong about this thing. But if you want to do that, you can change the log 3 into log 9. You can always do that. Your answer will still be the same. So what is everything times 2? Yes, you can do everything times 2. You still get the same result. No worry. Just the different way of solving the algebra. Okay. Okay, so for the next one, diagram 1 actually show a plan of 5 terrace house to be built to inject Asman land. So you see you have house 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then over here, the perimeter of the whole 5 house is 160 meter. And then he located 600 meters square to construct a route in front of the house and on the both sides of the end lots as in the diagram 1. Width of the route is x meter. So find the length and width in meter of each house. So obviously you can know the shaded region, the total shaded region here, sum together should equals to 600 meters square, because this is how they build the route. And then the perimeter of the 5 house over here is about 160 meter. So let's form 2 equations, because we know this one basically is a simultaneous. So the perimeter of the 5 house, first thing we now know what is this length. So each of these will be 2x, right? So it will be 2x, 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 2x. So you have 10x, and then here you have another 10x. So perimeter you have 20x plus this is y, right? You have 1y and one more y plus 2y equals to 160. Right, so oops, I'm blocking myself. So therefore, I will simplify this equation by divide 2. Then I will get 10x plus y equals to 80. Then my y equals to 80 minus 10x. I will call this one as my first equation. How I get this equation is just from the perimeter. So I will write somewhere here, y equals to 80 minus 10x. Alright, then this is simultaneous. Definitely we need another equation, isn't it? So we have another equation about area of the root. So area of the root, depend how you want to like cut it. I will cut it something like this. So the length here is called y plus x, isn't it? Because size over here will be x. So therefore, I know this rectangle itself is called area is equals to 600. So therefore, this area will be, I need to plus 1 by, so both of this one is the same thing, isn't it? So I have double of it. So it's x multiplied y plus x, and I have double of it times 2 plus, then I would kind of need to know about what's this length. So it's 10x obviously, and this one will be 10x multiplied x. So it's 10x squared equals to 600. Because for over here, you should be able to see it is after I done this one, then you should be able to see this area over here is 10x multiplied x, isn't it? So the whole area over here will be 10x squared. Alright, so I plus together will equal to 600, and then definitely you know you kind of need to like expand it and substitute your y into here. So I have 2xy plus 2x squared plus 10x squared equals to 600. Alright, so then I will sub in my y over here. So y2x. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I just do too fast. Okay. Because what okay, first thing is what is the total length here? Okay, let me use other color. I try to find this area. Okay, I want to find this area. Because y is from here to here will be the y here. And from here to here will be x here. So the total will be x plus y, isn't it? The total will be x plus y or y plus x, isn't it? And then over here is just x. And then here we have another exactly same length one. So this one is also x multiply y plus x, isn't it? So because we have double of the x and y plus x, so this is the reason I put a 2 here, because we have 2 same rectangle. Alright, and then the middle one is 10x squared, right? Yeah, this is how I get the whole thing here. Yeah, I hope you get it. If you still couldn't get it, I'm so sorry. I cannot help further. 2xy plus 2x squared plus 10x squared equals to 600. Then I plus this one. This is 12x squared. This one will be 600. And then this is 2x. My y is 80 minus 10x. It's a plus, right? Alright, so this one will be 160x minus 20x squared plus 12x squared equals to 600. I will simplify this one. X squared first. I have negative x squared. I'm going to move to the other side. Make it positive 8x squared. And then this one is minus 160x plus 600. Alright, I will divide 8 for whole equation to make the things look, the number look smaller. So this one is plus 75. And then I will factorize it. Definitely. This one is x minus 15, x minus 5. So my x will equals to 15 or x equals to 5. Alright, right now you need to choose one of the x only because the other x will be wrong. So therefore, because of my y value above there, so in this case, I will just choose the 5. This one I will reject it. Of course, I will explain why I will reject it. Because just now, y equals to 80 minus 10x, right? So you imagine if x is 15, this is y 80 minus 15, right? 150. Then your y will be negative 70, which is not possible because length of the y cannot be negative. So therefore, I will only choose 5. So my y will become 80 minus 50. Y will be 30. So therefore, they ask about length and width of the house. So the length will be the y value, which is 30 meter. My width will be my x value, which is 5 meter. Alright, this is how we actually solve this kind of area. Very depend on you. Depend how you want to say length and width. Normally length I will say the longest one. I prefer to call it length. Or you prefer this one as the length and this one as a width also can. Yeah, for me it doesn't matter. The question should ask about the dimension, or else I will just like randomly. Yeah, so can I ignore instead of rejected? Maybe you can ignore. The length is 10. Yeah, the length is 2x. Yes. So it's 2 times 5, so it's 10. Yes, yeah, the length is 2x. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Alright, so yeah, I see a lot of kind viewer here, kind student, always will remind me. Alright, so let's have a look number 4 here. Alright, we have PQ equals to AP. This is AP. And PS equals to 2Q. This is 2Q. And SU equals to 1 over 4 SR. So normally I will change this one into the fraction. SU over SR equals to 1 over 4. Then I can get the ratio. SQ ratio SR equals to 1 ratio 4. So SU is ratio 1. SR is ratio 4. So UR will be 3. Right, then from the AP over here, because this is parallelogram, right? So because of AP over here, I will just like use the AP divide 4 times 3. Then I know U to R will be 6P and S to U will be 2P. Alright, I can easily know this by solving the ratio thing over here. Alright, express in terms of P and Q. So they ask us to express something. So yeah, we're going to express SU. Yeah, SU is actually quite simple. I just did. But anyways, okay. If you want to do the working, right, you just do SU equals to 1 over 4. SR is same with PQ, right? AP. Alright, you will get 2P. Alright, then they ask about this one equal to 2P. And then they ask about PR. So you know P to R basically is PS plus SR, right? So PS will be 2Q plus AP. So this one is 2q plus 8p. Right, so okay, so given that pt equals to mpu, where m is a constant, and then express st in terms of mp and q. So we want st, and then we have an equation something like pt equals to mpu. And then we ask question asked about st. Alright, so I kind of want to solve this thing over here. So normally how I will do is I will see pt over here basically is ps plus st, right? You see carefully, it should be ps plus st. But how actually I will get a ps plus st like so fast? Because I want st, and the only thing linked with t is pt. Then I know s must be the letter at the middle. Alright, then mpu. P to u shouldn't be too hard. P to u is ps plus su, right? So ps is 2q plus 2p. Alright, question asked me to find st. I kind of will multiply, expand them. So this is 2mq plus 2mp. And then I will move my ps to the other side, become minus ps, which is minus 2q. Alright, because ps equals to 2q, isn't it? Then I will factorize out the q for it. So this is 2mp plus 2m minus 2q. Right, because I prefer leave my vector in p and q. Alright. So, sir, will you upload later? Yes, I will upload later. No worry. Alright, I done already the part B. Alright, part C. PRTS is a trapezium. Find the value of m. Alright, PRTS, where is it? PRTS. Alright, so the question says this one is a trapezium. And it asks us to find m. Trapezium tell you what? Trapezium over here, they have a very important information is whenever we call the shape trapezium, it must have two lines which is parallel, then only we can call it trapezium. You can't find any trapezium in this world which does not have two lines which is parallel. So obviously we know ST and PR is a parallel. Therefore they can call it as a trapezium. So because it's a parallel, we know parallel we can form an equation. Like we can say FT equals to lambda of PR. Because these two lines is parallel, so I can form this equation by myself. And I already have ST, which is 2mp plus 2m minus 2q. And the lambda over here, I do not know, but I know PR. PR we just did, right? 2q plus 8p. We have it and the A2 there. Alright, then what I want to do next is I will comparing P and Q answer. So I will comparing P first from both sides. Comparing P. So the P over here is only 2m, so I only have 2m. And the P on the other side is basically equals to, you multiply the lambda into the P here is 8 lambda, isn't it? So I know m equals to 4 lambda. Alright, I will stop here. And then I will comparing Q. When I say I'm comparing Q, right, I will take everything beside the Q here, which is a 2m minus 2. And then on the other side here, I should have 2 lambda. I divide 2 for the whole equation, m minus 1 equals to lambda. Now I have the lambda, the question asked me to find m, so I kind of need to substitute my lambda into my m equation. I will substitute this whole equation into here. So my m equals to 4 lambda, m minus 1. So m equals to 4m minus 4. So therefore 3m equals to 4, m equals to 4 over 3. Right, so yeah, this is how I get my m value. I hope my m value should be correct. If I got a wrong m value, please let me know. Alright, number 5 here. Alright, I don't like this question seriously. Yeah, I actually trying to understand the logics and just not spend me half an hour for this question itself. I mean, in an exam, if I see like this is how many marks, 6 mark question, cannot skip. If this is just 3 to 4 marks question, I'll ask most of my students to skip this kind of question. Yeah, it's a function. Alright, so okay. The diagram 3 showed a picture of manufacturer, a retailer, and a customer. So the handbag produced by a manufacturer will send to retailer before sending them to the customer. Alright, so during a sales promotion, the manufacturer offers 75 ringgit rebates from the X ringgit to the retailer. So that means the manufacturer produced a bag, we assume it's going to cost is X. X can be 50 ringgit, can be 100 ringgit, can be 200 ringgit, we do not know. X is the money the manufacturer actually produced a bag. Alright, so he sent to the retailer, he give retailer 75 ringgit rebate. So whatever the bag costs, they're going to minus 75. Because he give it 75 ringgit rebate, right? So the first process over here, maybe I call it a function f. Okay, so rebate from X is very important idea. From where is very important idea. If not, you will get very confused one. So when a retailer offer 5% discount to the customer, they actually offer the 5% discount from X also. So the 5% discount is from the price the manufacturer give it. So whatever manufacturer give it discount 5% from there. It's not from the 5% he get from there. So therefore, he going to offer 5% discount from X. So I will from the X, even though it's retailer give to customer, but my function is because the price itself is from the X, right? So therefore you can see my function, I actually still drawing from manufacturer go to customer because this is how the price indicates. So therefore is 5% from X, isn't it? Discount from X. So whatever X price is, I'm going to multiply 0.95 X. Okay, so yep. So I will say customer here will get 0.95x. Okay, so therefore let's say this one will be function g. So if straight away from manufacturer go to the customer, we're going to call it gfx, gf. Alright, because f first then only g, right? So we call it as a gfx. Alright, so okay, now find the price that the customer have to pay for the bags in terms of X. So they want to know like, okay, so how much the customer actually have to pay. So customer have to pay is basically we know something like, okay, so we know GFX is equals to 0.95 X. Alright, so right now we want to know what is GX. Because this is GX is how the customer going to pay, right? So in order to find the GX, right, I will let FX become M. I will let FX equals to M. So this one will be GM equals to 0.95x. In order to get GX, I must let this one in terms of M. So therefore, fx equals to m, right? What is my fx? My fx is basically this one, right? My fx basically equals to x minus 75. So therefore, x minus 75 equals to m. So therefore, x equals to m plus 75. So I will substitute the x back into here. So 0.95 x plus 75. So this one will be gm. So I want to know about my gx. I will just say this one, so this is m plus 75. So it's it will be 0.95 x plus 75. So over here they ask you to find the price the customer have to pay the handbag in terms of x. Because you as the customer, you are not directly deal with the manufacturer, right? This one explain why you want to find GX. Because GX is how the retailer sell to the customer, right? Because you as the customer, you cannot straight away buy from the manufacturer. You only can buy from the retailer. So I want to know from the process retailer go to the customer, what is the function? So therefore, the function over here is a G, right? So this is the reason why I need to find GX. Yeah, if you still feel confused, Yeah, this is how this question look like. Alright, if the customer will buy the new bag at the price 499.9, find the price from the manufacturer. So just now we know basically the customer actually get 5% from the manufacturer, right? So I will say 0.95 x is equals to 499.9, because this is how the customer buy, this is how much the customer buy the bag from the retailer, which is 0.95x. 0.95x is 5% from the manufacturer, right? We know x actually mean the price for manufacturer, so we just need to find x here. So it's 499.90 divided by 0.95. Then I will get the price here, 499.9 divided by 0.95. So I will guess the manufacturer actually selling 526.21 to the customer. I mean, not to the customer. This is the price the manufacturer produce a bag. Alright, so then calculate the profit gained by the retailer. Alright, this is the price from manufacturers to the customer. So we want to know how much profit the retailer actually make here. So we want to know the profit. So we want to know like how much the retailer actually get the bag. So in order to know how much the retailer going to get the bag here, so just now we actually know we already know the price of the manufacturer, right? Manufacturer actually is 526.21. So 526.21. This is the manufacturer costing, and the manufacturer give the retailer 75 ringgit discount, right? So I will use this price minus 75. So yeah, the manufacturer actually have 451.21. Okay, so if you sell to the customer at 499.9, so if I want to know the profit, actually it's quite easy, right? I use the 499.9 minus what is the price the retailer gets. So I get 499.90 minus 451.21. Then I will get the answer. So the profit should be about 48 ringgit 69 cent. Alright, this is how we get the profit the retailer get from the from the selling one bags to the customer. Yep. So I hope you can understand. If you cannot understand, please try to understand. Yeah, this question is hard. When I first do, it's a bit confused also, because when I first read this sentence like retailer to the customer, so I straight away thought this one is a GX. And I read a few more times and I check the marking scheme, I realized this sentence itself is the GFX. I thought this sentence itself is the GX. So therefore I couldn't get the answer. So but you read the question carefully, because they say 5% discount is from the X ringgit. So the X ringgit is the money from the manufacturer, right? So then it kind of makes sense. Alright, so yeah, let's move on to the next one. Alright, number 6 here. So diagram 4 actually show open container in the shapes of the half cylinder with wood support. So the radius of each semicircle is r meter, and the length will be p meter. So length over here will be p meter here. Okay, so it's given that 160 meter square is the metal sheet is used to build the container. Alright, show the volume is given by that one. So we want to get the volume here. So the first thing is I want to know the area. This is half circle, pi r square. At the back here you have another half circle here. It's another pi r square. Pi r square plus pi r square, you can combine them, right? Combine them become one circle. So I will say area equals to 160 meter. So my area over here I have pi r square, which is two half circle combined, like what I say just now. And then we still have a curve area. So curve area over here, how to get a curve area? We know the length of the semicircle will be The whole circle will be 2 pi r, right? Half of it will be pi r. This is the length, circumference, circumference, half circumference. So this one will be pi r multiply p, isn't it? Equals to 160. Okay, so this is how you solve this question. Because this one, the so-called curve area, if you open it up, it's a rectangle, isn't it? Just the length here will be pi r. And then this is so-called the length will be p. So it will be like one rectangle, right? If the curve area here, you actually open it up, it's a rectangle. It's a rectangle. So you just need to know the length and width. But over here, you need to know because that one is a circle, right? Because you say it's a cylinder. It cut into half here. So the length of the half circle will be pi r. Yeah, I hope you get it. So over here, I take the volume formula. I realize the volume formula doesn't have p. Doesn't have p means what? Over here, I need to make p as the subject. So p equals to 160 minus pi r squared over pi r. Alright, then we want to do the volume of the half cylinder. Cylinder is pi r squared h. Half cylinder will be half pi r squared p. Alright, because it's half cylinder, so it will be half pi r squared. P is 160 minus pi r squared over pi r. Alright, pi and pi I simplify, r and r I simplify. Half r multiply 160, I get 80r. Half r multiply negative pi r squared, I have negative half pi r cubed. This is my volume. And yeah, this is exactly the equation that asks us to show. So I will just share shown. Alright, so basically this question is, you have one information about the area. You need to use the area information to form your first equation. After you form the first equation, you kind of need to make P or R as a subject. You will decide P or R is you have to look back as a second equation, which is the volume equation. If the volume equation given here doesn't have P, that means you need to make a P as a subject. If this equation doesn't have R, then you need to make R as a subject. Then you substitute back into the volume formula. Alright, I hope you kind of get it. Alright, then the next part is, if the container is completely filled with water, find the volume of the water. So this is when the container actually filled full with the water, that means it's the maximum volume already, right? Because they fill until the max. So therefore, because of the maximum volume, then I will do the dV dr equals to 0. Alright, then I will just solve this one. 80 minus 3 over 2 pi r squared equals to 0. 80 equals to 3 over 2 pi r squared. Alright, then 160 over 3 pi equal square root it equals to r. Alright, so yeah, this is my r value. They ask about volume, so I kind of need to sub this one into my volume formula. Maybe I leave in the decimal here. So square root of 160 divided by 3 pi. So this is r equals to 4.1203. Alright, then I substitute into here 4.1203 minus half pi 4.1203 cubed. Alright, then I will kind of get the answer. Minus 1 over 2 multiply pi multiply 4.1203 power of 3. So I will get the total volume should be this one. I hope my answer is correct. So, okay. If no problem, I'm going to move on to the next one. Okay, let me drink a water first. If you don't remember formula volume of cylinder, yeah, if you can't remember the volume of cylinder, basically you can't solve the question just now. But actually quite easy to remember the volume of cylinder. You just imagine, if let's say this is a cylinder, the area of circle you should know, right? The area of circle basically is a pi r square. basically you imagine cylinder is formed by a lot of circle. Like I put I accumulate the circle until certain height. So therefore the volume of cylinder is just the pi r square multiply the height. It's just like that. Yeah, you please remember the volume of cylinder. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. Alright, a box contains two types of the orange, M and N, and in the ratio of 3 and 4, if 7 orange are picked at a random from the box. So because they only pick the 7 orange here, so I know the 7 orange here. Over here I have 3 orange for the type M, and then I have 4 orange for the type N. Alright, 6 orange are type N. Okay, so over here I will assume my P is for N. So P is a probability, right? Probability is 4 over 3. Then my Q will be 4 over 7. Then Q will be 1 minus P, right? So it's 3 over 7. Alright, then I can do 7C6. This one will be 4 over 7 power 6. Multiply 3 over 7. Yeah, power 1. Basically, I'm doing the NCR, PR, Q, N minus R formula. I'm doing this formula right now because they asked about 6 orange are type N. So I just apply the formula. Should be quite straightforward. Nothing very special here. So I hope you can get it. So it should be 0.1044. So then they say at least two orange are type N. Okay, depend how you want to do this. At least 2 orange is type M. That means you can have at least 2 orange can be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, a lot of orange here. So I will use the 1 to minus the orange. In this case, I will say M is less than 2. Yeah, less than 2. So over here, I will change my P and Q again because I focus on the type M, right? So I will assume my M will be 3 over 7. Then my Q will be 4 over 7. So I will say 1 minus less than 2. I can x equals to 0. I minus x equals to 1. Yeah, I minus both of these. Because right now it's type M, right? So I want to get at least 2 is type M. That means I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So I use 1 to minus 0 and 1 will be faster. Then over here, basically you just type in your calculator. You should be able to get the correct answer easily. 1 minus 0 should be quite easy. 0 will be power of 0, power of 0, power of 0. So I straight away do the Q. 4 over 7, power of 7. And then minus 1 will be 7C1. And then P is 3 over 7, power of 1. 4 over 7, power of 6. Yeah, basically I kind of need to minus both of these. 4 over 7 and then power of 7 minus 7C1 times 3 over 7 times 4 over 7 power of 6. Okay, it's 0.8757. Alright, this one is the binomial. Yeah, it's a binomial distribution. Alright, this is how you actually solve this. If you cannot understand, you can let me know. Alright, so let's have a look on the part B. So the time taken are to answer the formation test of MF from 5, follow a normal distribution, mean will be 90, and standard deviation will be 12. So if a student is randomly selected, find the probability that he will take less than 81 minutes and more than 108 minutes to answer the test. So I will assume X as the time taken for student in the exam. Alright, X will be time taken for exam, for MF exam lah. Alright, so right now we know the time must be less than 81 minutes and more, and he take less than 81 minutes or more than 108 minutes to answer the test. Alright, so he want to find the probability. Okay, this one is interesting. I think I kind of need to do both. Okay, so X must be less than 81. And then I will do another one is X is more than 108. Alright, we know X we want to change to Z. Basically, we will do a X minus mean over standard deviation. It's a 2. This one I will do. Okay, I'm going to change to Z here. So it will be my X here minus mean over standard deviation. Alright, then I will use the calculator to actually solve this one. Okay, why switch value for P and Q? Yeah, because normally P is the thing you want. So like the part 1, they asked about N, right? So I actually use the N as my P value. So you can see my probability actually changed a bit. But in the part 2 question just now, in the part 2 question, they asked about orange. They asked about orange. So right now I change the P is the orange M. Means it's the M I want. Then I will just change the value of P. You can switch the value P and Q if you want. Of course, if you don't like about switching the probability value of P and Q, then you need to think like this. If I have at least two type M of orange, then how many type N of the orange I have? Then you might think if I have two M orange, that means I have 6 N. If I have 3M, that means it will be 5. I'm sorry, 2M will be 5N because total is 7, right? Then you need to like calculate, then find out how many N. But I don't like to change my mind, so I rather change the P value to make my logic is easier to understand. You can always change your P and Q, it doesn't matter one. Alright, so because part 1 they asked about N, but part 2 they asked about M. So both is basically a different type of orange. So depend you want to change or not. You do want to change, you still get the same value one. Yeah, some students, if you don't change, you worry you will get the different value. No, you still get the same value, but your understanding about that must be correct lah. That means your equation must be slightly different with me. Because if this one, if you doesn't change, you assume the N, right? That means this case, my X must be less than 2. My X over here is a type N orange, right? Yeah, it's a type N orange because at least 2M, right? That means I have 2M, 3M, 4M, 5M, 6M, 7M. That means I can only accept the orange N here. It must be less than 2. Oh no. If M, I just hate to actually do that. At least 2 M's. Yeah, at least 2. So you can get the N orange, blah 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 blah, is about, let's say 6, right? 6, 1, 2. If I have 2M, yeah, you should be able to. I should mix with a 5. Yeah, less than 6. Yeah, if you are using a type N, you need to do less than 6 or 1 minus 7 and 8. Yeah, so normally I don't like to do like that, but you can still do like that, and I hope you still get the same result. And not hope, I know you will get the same result because I test before. Alright, so let's do this again. This is 81 minus 90 divided by 12. So this one is Z is less than negative 0.75. This one will be Z is 108 minus 90 and divided by 12. 1.5. Alright, now over here, I want to find is negative 0.75, 1.5. I want to find the area here. Alright, so basically, if you understand the bell-shaped diagram, the positive one actually is quite easy. The bigger than 1.5, you can straight away find the 1.5. But less than and negative, I say you see less than and negative, you can change it to the positive. Why? Because they are the symmetry. They are symmetry, that's mean over here, I can do this thing. I can use the positive 0.75 to actually do that because the area will be the same. So what I'm doing here is, in order to solve the part 1, I will do probability z is bigger than 0.75 plus the probability z is bigger than 1.5. Alright, then I will just find my bell-shaped diagram. I hope I have the bell-shaped diagram here. Did I? Does this paper provide the z value table? Okay, don't have z value table here. Then, yeah, then can someone help me out? Oh, yeah, I have the table here, I guess. Okay. Yep. You just need to use your... Yeah, actually, I can use the calculator, but I kind of forget how to use the calculator already. Because I always do it manually. But I remember this book do have the z value table, but where is it? No, Susbuddy also don't have. Oh my god, yes, Susbuddy don't have the... Okay. Yes, can use calculator. Let's use calculator. I so long never use calculator, but maybe this is the time for me to use the calculator. I want to do distribution, so should be statistic. Shift 1. I should go to mode and then go to statistic. And then I want about distribution. Okay, so this one is under statistic, isn't it? The statistic is a 3 here. And then why this calculator is a bit different one? Variance da 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 da. I remember have some things like distribution here. No, I don't want. Where is the... Because last time I used the black color one. So this one, I kind of need to find where is the pattern. Nope. Statistic. It's not here, it's not here. Oh yeah, I got it, distribution 5. And then this one is over there, P, Q, and R. I think yours should be... Yeah, I got it, should be P, right? Should be P, Q, R. Let's try it out. I don't know. No, not P. Q. Yup, should be. No, it shouldn't be Q. I guess it's R. You will get what value? 0. 0.75. Yeah, but how come I get a different result with the student? R is more than, correct or not? 0.75. When I type the 0.75, how come I got the different result one? I get 0.2266. 1.5. They ask about if a student is random selected, find a probability he take less than 81 minutes. No, they doesn't ask about the middle value. So they are not asking about the middle value. So just give me a moment. I just don't like the technology thing. Let me just, yeah, I got it. I just so lazy to turn around. Make my life so disturb my live streaming here. I just keep it 75. Yeah, 2266, right? This one will be 0.2266 plus 1.5. 0.0668. And then you plus this together. 0.2266 plus 0.0668. So the final answer is 0.2934. Yeah, a lot of students thought that actually they are asking about value between 0.75 and 1.5, which is not. Because if you read the question carefully here, you should know actually it take less than 81 minutes or it's or more than. So they want less than or more than. Basically, they do not want the middle value. They are not asking about the middle value. So if you do the middle value, you have got wrong. Okay? Yeah, I hope this one is the correct one. Yeah, so basically it's a separate. So you see, actually I finding the separate one. So that's why just now a lot of you offer me the value and I type in my calculator, I didn't get it. Yeah, but some actually offer me the correct one. Yeah, I see few of you actually got me correct. But anyways, yeah, because I like 10 years never use this one. I think the last time I used is I make the video teach student how to use and I read the menu of the calculator. But anyways, yeah, let's do this. The next one. It is found that 5% of students take less than t minutes to answer the test. Find the value of the t. That means x is less than t minutes to answer. Only have 5%. 5% I change the probability is 0.05 or I change to the decimal. Alright, so I know I need to change to the z here. So my t over here need to minus the mean, which is 90 over standard deviation. I will get 0.05. And then if I draw out the bell-shaped diagram, 0.05 is extremely small here. So this is what t minus 12. And I know this value is the negative value. Alright, so if you find this value is a bit confusing, I just call this one as a negative k. Okay, I just call this one as a negative k because I want to use the positive version. Okay, so what I want to do here is I will just want to do a positive version. So I will say bigger than this value, because this value is a negative value, right? Because if I don't use a k, I kind of need to write something like this, over 12, and then it will equals to 0.05. Yeah, then I will need to actually solve it using the table. 0.05, it should be quite small. From my table here, 0.05, it should be 1.64, 1.645. So therefore, t minus 90 over 12 equals to negative 1.645. So by solving this one, I can know my t value. So I will just do the negative 1.645 multiply 12 plus 90. So my t value is 70.26. Alright, this is how we actually solve this one. So I hope it should be correct. Take less than. Yeah. So yeah, I see some question here. Yeah, why is negative? Yeah, why is negative is because the 5%, and then the arrow actually indicates less than, right? Less than, basically from the bell-shaped diagram, I will need to, from one line, shade on my left hand side. This is what happens when you have less than. So therefore, if I assume the value is positive, if I assume the value is positive, from here I shade over here, you can realize this area is definitely more than 0.5 already. But then the question tells me the area is basically 0.05. So therefore, the z value must be at negative. Yeah, how do you know it's the negative? Because of this 5% and the symbol less than. But less than, that means you need to go to the negative side. Yes, so therefore you must shade the negative area. If you're still very confused about the negative, I do make few videos about explaining how to know it's negative or positive. Okay? And why x is less than t? Because the question says so. X is the time taken for exam, right? They say time taken is less than t minutes. The question actually says so. Alright, so yep. Can straight away write negative behind. Yeah, you can write the negative behind, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let me move on, because I don't think we can finish in 2 hours. So yeah, maybe later I will skip some questions. I don't know. Let's see how is our time goes. Alright, so this one, okay, they ask about dp is normal to the curve. So I already said many times, how are we going to find a normal? So this one definitely is a tangent, because without tangent you won't have normal. So this one is normal. Okay, because tangent and normal is always 90 degrees. Alright, so the gradient function is dy dx. You should know gradient function is mean dy dx. If you do not know, please remember now. So dy dx is equals to negative half x. So how to get gradient of normal? Sub in the x value at this point. X equals to 4, isn't it? So when I sub x equals to 4 into my dy dx, I'm getting gradient of tangent. Alright. So gradient of tangent equals to negative half times 4. So equal to negative 2. Now I want to get the gradient of normal. Formula is negative 1 over gradient of tangent, right? So it's negative 1 over negative 2. Gradient of normal is 1 over 2. Alright. So after I got the gradient of normal is 1 over 2, I have the coordinate 4, 12, right? I can form the equation easily. Y minus 12 equals to 1 over 2 x minus 4. Alright, then I can solve this equation to get my equation of normal. Half x minus 2 plus 10 plus 12 equals to plus 10. Alright, this is my equation of normal. I can say equation of dp. Okay, and then they ask me to find the coordinate d. D will be the y-intercept, right? So when x equals to 0, so y equals to 10. So coordinate d will be 0, 10. Or you can straight away say it's a y-intercept, 0, 10. Alright, then it asks you to find the equation of the curve. So in order to find the equation of the curve, we know we only have one method to find the equation of the curve, which is integrate dy dx. Whenever they ask about equation of curve, this is the only way you can find the equation of the curve. So therefore, I will integrate my dy dx. Alright, so if I integrate this one, I should get negative 1 over 2 x squared over 2 plus c. Alright, so cannot simplify. So it's negative x squared over 4 plus c. I want to find the c. I will sub in the coordinate I pass by, which is 4, 12. So you'll get negative 16 over 4 plus c. Simplify 4, c equals to 16. So therefore, my equation of the curve will be negative x squared over 4 plus 16. Alright, this is how we get the equation of the curve. Basically, you just need to remember, if you want to find the equation of the curve, basically you integrate dy dx. After you integrate dy dx, don't forget about the c. After that, you sub in one of the coordinate the curve passing by, and you should be able to find c. Substitute back into your equation. Alright, this one shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, when the volume generated or when the region is powered by the curve y-axis and the straight line y equals to k, and it's going to revolve through 360 degrees on the y-axis, and then you will get 50 pi. Alright, so first idea is you must know what is the line will look like when y equals to k. Because if like y equals to 5, because k is a constant value, right? So therefore, this is my y-axis, my x-axis. Y equals to 5, it look like this, right? So therefore, when y equals to k, the line is horizontal line. Horizontal line means what? It will parallel to the x-axis. Alright, this is the line y equals to k. If without understand this one, you can't solve this question. So therefore, from here, I have a line. I don't know where is the line. I just randomly draw a line here. I call it k because this line is y equals to k. So therefore, this curve is powered by the y equals to k, and the curve and y-axis powered by the y-axis, and then the curve. Alright, so it can be either this area or the other side. It doesn't matter because later you rotate 360 degrees and then you will get 50 pi. So in order to get the volume, rotate on the y-axis, we know it's pi, and then here should be x squared dy. Alright, and when I dy over here, basically I need to know the y coordinate, which is from the k to the maximum here. I need to know what is my maximum, which is the y-intercept. I will make x0 into my equation of the curve here. So when x equals to 0, my y equals to 16. So this value is 16. So therefore, when I want to integrate that time, I will from k to 16. Alright. Then the next thing I will do over here is, from the equation of the curve here, I need to make x squared as a subject. So I will move around over here. So I will say x squared over 4 equals to 16 minus y. So therefore, x squared should equal to 64 minus 4y. Alright, so then I can sub in to solve it. My volume is 50 pi is given. So I will just integrate k to 16 for 64 minus 4y. Alright, then before integrate pi and pi, I can simplify. 50 equals to, okay, integrate this is 64y minus 4y squared divided by 2 is 2y squared. Alright, 16 and k. Alright, let me erase some of the unnecessary thing here. Alright, then I will just solve this equation. 64 times 16 minus 2, 16 squared, minus 64k minus 2k squared. I hope the number is not too weird because it seems like the number is quite big here. 64 multiply 16 minus 2 times 16 squared. 512. 512 minus 64k plus 2k squared. Alright, I don't need this equation anymore. So I will solve this equation definitely. I'll make it 0. So 2k squared minus 64k minus 50 should be plus 462, if not mistaken. Yeah, so everything I divided by 2, I should have k squared minus 32k plus 231. Please allow me to use the calculator for this one. 1, negative 32, 231. So my k can either equals to 21 or my k is equals to 11. And when you see the diagram, you should know k value is smaller than 16, right? Because 16 is the maximum point here. So therefore I will rejected the 21. So 11 will be my final answer. Okay, so let's see some questions here. So isn't the coordinate 0, 4? I mean 0, 16. Yeah, the coordinate is 0, 16. You are right. So is the area must be on the top. The lower part can also be paused by the curve y-axis. Yeah, the k value not necessarily must on the top, can be below x-axis, can be anywhere, we do not know. But I just randomly draw one line to assume the k value is there. The k value can be negative. But after I solve it from the equation, I know my k value is either 11 or 16. Sometimes I do exercise even y straight line has a value, then the area must be on the top. So I'm not sure why it must be the top part. Alright, so okay, basically what happens here is, because you know this is a quadratic equation, and you see the equation, you know that basically 16 will be a maximum point. So k value is definitely the value below 16. So it can be any value. K can be 1, 2, 3, 4. We do not know what is the k value. So you just randomly draw one line to assume it is a k value. And then you start to find the area. Can integrate 0 to k? No. Because the 0 to k over here, the 0 to k, that means if you want to integrate this area, you realize this area doesn't pass by the curve, and because the curve is over here, and y equal to k over here, you realize here this whole part is open one, isn't it? Because it doesn't pass by anything. Unless the question say about x-axis, then it might be different. Or else, this part, because you want to pass by, right? Because they say pass by the curve and y equals to k and y-axis, right? So you can say, okay, I have this one, I have y equals to k, I have this one, but I don't have the x-axis, right? Okay, you might argue, what if my y equals to k is at the bottom? So if your y equals to k is at the bottom, right? Then I have this line, y equals to k, but the top here is still open, isn't it? Can scroll down, I want to see the question. Yeah, sure. They say actually it must be passed by the curve, the y-axis, and the straight line y equals to k. So your coordinate d is wrong. My d coordinate is wrong. Its d coordinate is not 10. Is it? This is negative 2. Negative 2 is half. What is the answer? I should have the answer here. This is the question number. Yeah, y equals to 10. Which is correct. I checked the answer already. And k is 11 is correct. Yup. Any more question before I move on? For the what? Fabias, I cannot. Yeah, I guess it's a mischance, right? Yeah, mischance. I actually checked the answer. The answer actually is correct. So yeah, when you sub this one, you got the -2. The -2, this one is the gradient of tangent. This is not normal. Because when you sub the x value go into the dy dx, you cannot straight away get the gradient of normal. You kind of need to do m1, m2 equal to -1. Alright, I hope you can understand. Alright, let's move on. I'm so sorry if you still cannot understand because I have limited time. Okay. Oh yeah, boys. Okay, so I'm so sorry. I thought you had a girl. Yeah, because your nickname is not so common, and it's fine. Alright, so let's do these questions. So we have some PQR here. P is 38, Q is 96, and R is 64. Are the midpoint of AB, BC, and AC. Okay, all of this is the midpoint, such that APQR to R is the parallelograms. Alright. And then the straight line AB intersect y-axis at point A, and equation straight line AB is 3y blah 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 blah. Okay, we have this equation. 3y equals to 2x plus 18. Alright, I find the coordinate A first because it's the y-intercept. I make x 0. So if I make x 0, this is 3y equals to 18, y equals to 6. So this coordinate is 6. Or I write a coordinate is better. I call it 0, 6. Okay, so this is how I get the coordinate A. Basically, I make x 0 into the equation. Alright, then I want to find what I want to find. Okay, AB is extend until it intersect the perpendicular bisector of AC. Okay, AB going to extend until it meet the perpendicular bisectors. Okay, we have perpendicular bisector, so I kind of need another line. So I have another line is perpendicular bisector to AC. So this line going to meet my extended of AB at the point M, according to the questions. So let me just write my equation somewhere else. 3y equals to 2x plus 80. Alright, then what the question asks, the perpendicular bisector should pass by the R. Alright, my M is here. Because, okay, I just extend it. Alright, then, perpendicular bisector, right? So it must be 90 degrees. So find the equation perpendicular bisector to AC and find the coordinate M. Alright, now I want to find perpendicular bisector. Whenever you see perpendicular bisector, you must focus at two values here. The first you must have these two information for perpendicular bisector. First is you must have the midpoint. Where is bisect? In this case, the bisect of AC, you have the midpoint already, which is a R is the midpoint, right? So 6,4. Second, you must have second gradient, which is the M2. In this case, you need to find in order to find the M2, you need to find the gradient of AC first. But we don't have coordinate C, but I know gradient of AC was same with the gradient of AR, right? So I will find the gradient of AR here. So which is, I will use 6 minus 4 equals to 0 minus 6. So this one should give me 2 over -6, which is -1 over 3. Alright, then I can find my M2 easily by doing -1 over M1. Then my M2 will be 3. Alright, I got my M2, which is 3. Okay, so whenever you want to find perpendicular bisector, you need two information. You need a midpoint and M2. Remember this? So after that, I want to form the equation because they asked about equation. So I will sub into this information. Y minus y1 equals to mx minus x1. My coordinate will be always y1 and x1. So this one will be 4 equals to 3 x minus 6. So I solve this equation. Minus 18 plus 4 minus 14. Is it? Minus 18 plus 4 minus 14. Alright, this is the equation perpendicular bisectors of AC. I got the equation already. I solved the A1. A2, they asked me to find the coordinate of M. In order to find the M, I know I need to find the intersection point of two equations. So I have two equations. I have the equation of AB, and I have this perpendicular bisector line. So I just sub into each other. I have this equation, right? So I will just say 3y equals to 2x plus 18. This is 3x minus 14. So I have 9x minus 42 equals to 2x plus 18. So I have 7x equals to 60. Then my x equals to 60 over 7. Alright, I hope that's weird. I don't know. Y equals to 3 60 over 7 minus 6. Minus 14, sorry. So let's use the calculator here. 180 over 7 minus 14. So y equals to 82 over 7. Is that the correct answer? 60 over 7 and 82 over 7. Correct, sir. Yeah, good. Even though, yeah, because normally the coordinate will be in the integer, but sometimes can be in fraction, like this example. Alright, so let's go to the part B here. Okay, AQ going to extend to the point G such that AQ is 2, QG is 3. Okay, AQ going to extend again. Where's my AQ? Okay, I go to extend. I hope, yeah, maybe I do not need this equation anymore. I just erase it. I just write down the equation just in case later I need it. Okay, so I will erase everything here. Alright, right now the AQ going to extend to the point G such that AQ is ratio 2. Let me just erase this ratio 2. This is ratio 3, isn't it? QG is 3, right? 2, 3. AQ is 2, QG is 3. Alright. And I'm going to find the coordinate G here. They ask us to find coordinate G, right? Alright, so we just use the ratio formula we'll do over here. Yeah, we have A, we have Q. Shouldn't be too difficult. So, yep. Crossover multiply, right? So 2 times x. I write 2x lah, alright. 2x plus 3 multiply 0 over 2 plus 3 equals to 9. And then I will do the same thing for y. So 2y plus 3 multiply 6 over 5 equals to 6. Alright, so this is 5 lah, alright. So 2x equals to 45. X equals to 45 over 2. 2y plus 18 equals to 30. 2y equals to 12. Y equals to 6. So therefore, my coordinate G here, my coordinate G should be, coordinate G should be 45 over 2 and 6. Alright, so I hope this one is the correct answer. Yup, basically, okay, what I'm doing just now is I form the equation using this one, mx1 plus nx2 over m plus n. And I do the mx1 and my1 plus ny2 over m plus n equals to xy. I'm using this formula, alright? So this is what you see over here. I hope you should be able to see that. Alright, so last one, they asked about the area of AGC. Area formula is half, right? The ACG, repeat A. Okay, my coordinate A will be 0, 6. Okay, 0, 6, 0, 6. And then my coordinate C will be C. Okay, I don't have coordinate C here, so we kind of need to use the midpoint to find C. So it's 0 plus x over 2 equals to 6. And then 6 plus y over 2 equals to 4. Okay, I try to use the midpoint formula here. So x equals to 12 and y equals to 8 minus 6, 2. So this one will be 12, 2. Alright, use the midpoint formula. Alright, 12, 2. So I just write my 12, 2 here. And then coordinate g here. G will be, where's my g? Okay, 45, 2, 6. 45, 2, and 6. Alright, then I will just find the area. Multiply like this. Alright, so 0, and then I have 72. And this one is, okay, use the calculator. 45 times 3 plus 135. And then minus the other direction. Alright, so this one will be 72 plus 45. Alright, so plus 70. Okay, 72 and 72, I can minus this out. Then 135 minus 45, which is 90, right? So equals 90. So the area should be 45 unit square. Okay, it's quite a lot of work here, but then I hope it shouldn't be too hard. Just apply everything you have here. Yeah, I'm kind of tired here. Okay, I'm not going to draw here, but I'm going to teach you how to draw here. So always read the A, because A, most of the time they will just give you a very important hint. They want x, y, again x cubed, and fixed already. When they first say must be on the vertical axis, x, y, again x cubed. So from here, normally I will quickly form my equation. I want to have y equals to mx plus c, isn't it? Because linear law, we always use y equals to mx plus c. And in this case, my y is xy, my m is unknown, my x is x cubed plus c. So I want to have an equation something like this. So when I first got my equation on the top here, my objective is to make this equation look like the equation I want. So therefore, I want to have xy. So I will multiply x for the whole equation here. I will multiply x. Then I will get xy equals to r x cubed plus s. So this is exactly the equation I want. So from there, I know my r is my gradient, my s is my vertical intercept. So I know later when the intersection here, this one will be the s value. Alright, so therefore, because I want to plot these two, right? So I will need the xy axis and x cubed. Okay, I will write the xy at the bottom, x cubed. How to get the x cubed value? You just cube your x value, like 0.82 cube. And then you will get 0.55. And then 1 cube will give you 1. And then 1.15 cube will give you 1.52 and so on. And then how to find xy? You basically multiply x and y. So I will use 106.1 multiply 0.82. And then you should be able to live in 2 decimals. Okay, this one is just 87. This one is just 80. And then this one 1.15 multiply 83.48. So this one is just 73. And so on. So you should be able to form the table by yourself. And then you plot it. So you plot it. So based on this one, I roughly can see the pattern of it. So this is my x cubed. This is my xy, right? So when value increase, basically my value here should be decreasing. Correct? Yep. So value is decreasing. So you have something like this. Alright, so later you must make sure your line must touch the vertical axis. And then you read this is your s value. And how you get your r value? R basically is a gradient, right? So you do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Take any coordinate above here. So maybe I say 73 minus 80 equals to 1.52 minus 1. And then like this, I should be able to find my r value. So it's very easy. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 from the table. Alright, then the next thing is they ask you to find the x value when y equals to 45 over x. You realize from the graph itself you don't have any y now. You only have x, y and x cubed. So therefore, this one I need to move my x to the other side. I will get xy equals to 45. Then I want to find where is my 45. So as example, if let's say 45 is here, I'm going to see what is my x cubed value. Okay, so let's say my x cubed here, let's say is I don't know, maybe it's 1.7. And this is not your x answer. So I will say x cubed equals to 1.7, then x will equals to cube root of 1.7. By the way, the 1.7 is just the example, right? Because some student might think why you don't get x 1.7. It's just the value you're trying to find by yourself. You should get it. And then you type the calculator, you should get your final x answer here. Alright, so yeah, then we're done about that questions. Okay, so far so good. Then we go to the question 11 here, linear law. Alright, so let's do about question 11 here. Alright, we have some information. OR is 10 cm. PXR and POR is 1.094. And PXR is 1.039. Alright, so okay, pi must use this value, so later you cannot straight away type the pi in your calculator. Make sure you use the value. The parameter of the shaded region A. Okay, I want to find the shaded region, parameter of the shaded region A. Okay, I kind of need to find a parameter here. So I can find the arc length easily, it's just SR. So this is S equals to R theta, right? So I can find the R theta easily. I use the R multiply the theta. So then the second thing I need to find is I need to find the PR. I can use the cosine rule, right? So okay, so the parameter of shaded region is equals to 10 multiply 1.094, and then the other one I will use the cosine rule. Some students prefer like separate, use the Socatois to do that. You can always do this. Okay, but I just prefer cosine rule. 10 square plus 10 square minus 2, 10, 10, and then cos 1.094 square root it. Alright, this is how I use my cosine rule here, because I can type everything into my calculator. 10 square plus 10 square minus 100 minus 200 multiply. Make sure your calculator in radian, because right now you type the cos in radian. Then cos 1.094. And then you square root your answer. And then you plus 10.94. Move one decimal, right? 10.94. So the final answer should be 21.34. Okay, if you want one more decimal, 3 cm. Alright, this is shaded or you want parameter of shaded region A. Okay, so this is how we do it. Alright, area of shaded region B. Okay, in order to get the area of shaded region B here, okay, we need to have this length PR, and we got it just now. The length PR, because we just now we do the cosine rule, right? We know the length PR is 10.4. 10.403. Alright, so right now I want to find the radius. This is R, right? R. Depend what you want to use. If you want to use the cosine rule again, yeah, you can always do that. So I will say R square plus R square minus 2R multiply R and cos 1.039 should equals to, oh my god, I just accidentally erased it. So Yeah, it's 10.403. 10.403 square. Alright, then I just solve this equation. So 2r squared minus 2 multiply cos 1.039, 1.0142 r squared is equals to 10.403 square. Alright, so 2 minus that answer, I get 0.9858 r squared equals to this answer. Then I can get my r by doing 10.403 square divided by my 0.9858. And then I square root my answer is 10.48. Alright, my r is 10.48. Now I can find the B, which is my shaded region. So if you want to find the shaded area of B, so basically it's the area of segment, right? Use the area of segment formula, r squared theta minus sine theta. So it's half r squared theta 1.039 minus sine 1.039. Alright, type in the calculator, you should be able to get the answer. So yeah, 1/2. Never mind, I type 1.039 minus sine 1.039 first. And then divided by 2, multiply 10.48 square. So should be 9.726 cm square. Alright, this is how you actually solve this kind of questions. Yeah, a lot of words to do, but then you should be able to do this kind of question. It shouldn't be too difficult. And I hope my answer is correct. Do let me know if my answer is not correct. We got a lot of chatting here. He's tired. Yeah, you are correct. I'm very tired. So let's finish the last few questions before I die. No, I'm kidding. Alright, so okay, question number 12 here. Alright, so skill drawing is not accepted as always. It's given that PQR and PTS is a straight line and angle PQT is an acute angle. Important keyword. Obtuse angle basically means the angle bigger than 90, less than 180. Means the angle here must be between 90 and 180. We call obtuse. Alright, so find the length of RT. We want to find the length of RT. Where's our RT here? R to T. Alright, we want to find RT here. Okay, so let's see how we can find it here. Any more information? Okay, find this one. I realize maybe we need one more information. We have this triangle, we have this length. Oh yeah, it's fine. Okay, just draw it out. This is 40 degree, this is 12, this is 9. We can find the opposite length by using the cosine rule. Alright, so RT equals to square root of 12 square plus 9 square minus 2 times 12, 9 cos 40. Alright, just type in your calculator, then you should be able to get the correct answer. So you forgot any information? Did I forgot any information? No, right? Should be like that. 12 square plus 9 square minus 2 times 12 times 9 times cos 40. Change the calculator back to degree. And square root your answer. 7.716 cm. Alright, then after you get your RT, even though it doesn't match a lot of sense here. Because it looked like quite long, but it's only 7.716. Is my answer correct? Should be correct, right? Question 12 here. No, RT is 10.38 according to the answer. But why can't... Oh, yeah, I can't do like that. Because I don't have the length of QP. The 12 is not the whole thing here. So therefore, it doesn't work this way. Okay, then I kind of need to solve the QP. No wonder I give you 6 marks. Alright, let's do it. We need to find what is this angle first. So I will use sine rule. Sine theta over 9 equals to sine 40 over 6.7. So theta will equals to, okay, inverse sine 40 over 6.9 multiplying over 6.7 multiply 9. Shift sine 40 over 6.7 and then multiply 9. Yep, and I got the angle. Is this angle PQT? I got 69.41, but because they tell me it's the obtuse angle, then I will find the next angle. The next angle is just 180 minus it is 110.59. And because I must take PQT as the obtuse angle, so I take this angle. So if I take this angle, I should be able to know the other side, which is this angle should be 69.41. Alright, then I have this angle already, then I will do the cosine rule again. So my RT is basically that one. Alright, so okay, so it will be 6.7 square plus 12 square minus 2, 6.7, 12, and then cos 69.41, and then square root it. Alright, and then yeah, let's type in the calculator. 6.7 square plus 12 square minus 2 times 6.7 times 12 times cos 69.41. Square root my answer. Am I type anything wrong here? How come my answer is still wrong? 6.7, 12. Is it 180 minus it, right? Am I type my calculator wrongly just now? Sine 40 over 6.7 multiply 9. Shift sign answer. I'm not sure how come I typed the calculator wrongly. 59.71. 180 minus the answer. 120.29. Alright, so this one will be 59.71. So this angle will be 59.71. Alright, let's type again. 6.7 square plus 12 square minus 2 times 6.7 times 12 times cos 59.71. Square root answer 10.38 finally. Yep. So the moral of the story is you must make sure you rest a lot before you do MF paper. You're so exhausted. QTR. Q, T, and R. Yeah, we just got the angle. How come they ask the angle after we find the length? It's kind of weird. Oh, they asked about QTR, which is this angle. Alright, now makes sense. Alright, so we want to find that angle. So we kind of need to do the sine rule. So sine angle QTR over 12 equals to sine 59.71 over 10.38. Then we can get the angle QTR easily by type in the calculator. Sine 59.71 over 10.38 multiply 12. And then shift sign, answer. Angle is 86.61. Alright, then we get the 6 mark finally. B, if the area of RST is 45, find ST. RST is 45, is it? Yeah, RST is 45. So this area is 45, and then it asks us to find ST. Alright, let me write down my information. RT is 10.38. This is 10.38. We have that area and we have the angle. Alright, so we should be able to get this angle. Yeah, because we should have this angle. We use, okay, I'm going to call it angle 1, angle 2. It's so confusing. So my angle 1 is 180 minus 120.29 minus 40. This angle is 19.71. This angle is 86.61. So the other angle is 180 minus 86.61 minus 19.71. So this angle is 73.68. And then we know the triangle formula is half times AB sine C, right? AB will be two sides. Like ST times 10.38. And then sine, the angle between 73.68 equals to 45. Alright, then I solve this one, I should be able to get my ST. It's not degree, it's the area. So, alright, 45 times 2 divided by bracket 10.38 multiply sine 73.68. Right, ST is 9.03. Alright, is my answer correct? Yup. Marking scheme actually have 3 decimal. Okay, so I add a 5 here to get the answer. Same with the marking scheme. Alright, still have one more part, which is, okay, sketch. Q lies on PR such that TQ same with TQ. Alright, so Q lies on PR such that, okay, so draw an isosceles triangle. So, yep, this is your Q here. So you can see TQ will same with the TQ, right? 6.7. Then you want to draw the triangle PTQ. PTQ, you need to draw this triangle. So I kind of will draw like this. Alright, this is my T, this is my Q, this is my P. This one will be 6.7. And then this one will be still 9 cm. And this one will be still 40 degree. I'll just write out whatever information I have. Alright, and then this angle is still 59.71 because isosceles, right? Isosceles, these two angles must be the same. These two angles will be the same. Alright, this is all the information I have. Yup, and then I shouldn't have the angle between them. Of course, definitely I can find if I want, but I'll just leave like this. Alright, so done. 13. I guess I will skip linear law. I will skip the linear programming. I hate linear programming. Alright, so I will do this one and the last questions. Do we need to use compass to sketch? No. You don't need any compass to sketch it. So let's do about this one. Okay, so particle X move along the straight line passing through the fixed point O, which the velocity is V, and where T is the time second after leaving O. This is very important sentence, this sentence actually tell you s equals to 0, t equals to 0. And what's the purpose of this sentence? Is to help you to find c value here. Alright, so the question asks you to find the displacement when the particle stop instantaneously. So stop means what? Stop means v equals to 0. But the question asks you to find s. So I will need to find the s. I will integrate the v to find the s. Alright, so integrate 2t squared minus 5t minus 3. So I will get 2t cubed over 3 minus 5t squared over 2 minus 3t plus c to find my s. So because s equals to 0, t equals to 0, you sub 0 into all the s and t, you will get c equals to 0. Then I get my equation of s is 2 over 3 t cubed minus 5 over 2 t squared minus 3t. Alright, this is how you get the displacement expression. Oh, they ask you to find the displacement. Alright, so when v equals to 0, so I want to know v equals to 0, what is my t value? So when v equals to 0, I sub into a 0 here. So 2t squared minus 5t minus 3 equals 0. So I will factorize this one. 2t and t, this one will be 3, 1 minus plus. So t equals to 3 and t equals to negative half. I will just ignore because I want time in positive. So therefore, my s equals to 2 over 3, 3 cubed 27, minus 5 over 2, 9 minus 9. I just plug in my 3 into my t. 54 over 3 minus 45 over 2 minus 9. So my displacement should be negative 27 over 2. Alright, s is displacement, so you just substitute into that. You should be able to get the displacement easily. Find the range of the time when the particle decelerate. Decelerate means what? A will less than 0. So how to get A? A basically is dv dt, differentiate the v. So if I differentiate the v, I should get 4t minus 5 is my A. So A will be less than 0, that means 4t minus 5 will be less than 0. So t will less than 5 over 4. Just like this. This is range time. Should be just like this. And then sketch the velocity time for 0 to 5. Alright, interesting. So we have the equation of v, which is 2t squared minus 5t minus 3. Okay, why I will write out my t equation? Because right now I want to sketch this equation. And then I check out my v equation is the t squared. So t squared is a quadratic, either u or n. Alright, so I will start drawing. So first thing is I want to know my maximum. Maximum is dv dt equal to 0. So dv dt equal to 0 is actually a. So my t actually equals to 4 over 5. 5 over 4 we just did. Alright, this is the maximum. And then I want to know my y-intercept at negative 3. And then because t squared is positive, so it's a u graph. So from velocity from negative 3 and then at here and then go up like this. Alright, so let's see what is my v5 because it's up to 5. So my v5 will become 2 times 25 minus 25 minus 3. So it's 22. Alright, so I have 5 here at 22. This one at negative 3. Obviously the ratio must look bigger and better a bit. Okay, negative 3 here. And then this one will be maximum is 5 over 4 here. And then I want to know what is my value for it. So I will substitute v 5 over 4 here. So it's 2 5 over 4 squared minus 5 over 4 minus 3. So it's 2 multiply 25 over 16 minus 25 over 4 minus 3. So it's negative 23 over 16. Change to decimal. Something wrong. Oh, it's not 5 multiply it, it's 2 multiply it. Yep, that is correct. This is negative 6.125. So the minimum will be negative 6.125. Alright, this is how you draw the velocity time graph. Normally the important one is the x-intercept, y-intercept, and maximum or minimum. Right, this is t, and then if you want to find this value, you should be able to find, right? Because just now we know actually when the particle will stop, v equal to 0 at when t equal to 3. So the 3 must right here. So normally when I want to sketch the graph, I want to make sure I have y-intercept, I have x-intercept, I have the minimum or maximum, and I have the last value, which is t equal to 5. Because the question asks you to actually sketch from 0 to 5. So I want to know when t equal to 5, where is my v stop? Alright, so yes. So ys is displacement. Oh my god, if you ask why s equal to displacement, you should definitely go to watch my kinematics video or motion along the straight line. Basically in this topic you have s, v, and a. So in order to get s, in order to get v, if you have s is equals to ds dt, you will get v. If you have v, you want to get a, is basically dv dt. If you have a, you want to find s, you want to find v, you need to integrate a. You have v, you want to find s, you need to integrate v. Alright, so if you don't understand why s is displacement, definitely I cannot help you right now. You kind of need to go to look for the my videos, my basic video. Alright, because yeah, a long way before you can solve these questions. Still need to find total distance? No, right? Don't scare me. Okay, kinematics, linear programming I will skip because it's quite easy for most of the students. I will do index number here. Alright, so okay, this index number diagram 9 actually shows a bar chart of the average monthly number of pair of tennis, badminton, football, and golf shoe sold in the year 2015. Alright, and normally when I see the chart in the index number, I know the chart basically is provide me the value of weightage. So this is the value of the weightage. Means what? My tennis is 100 and my badminton is 80, football is 60, and golf is 40. Alright, because later I might need to use the weightage to find the composite function, right? Composite function is sum of weightage multiply index number multiply weightage over total weightage, right? This is how we find the composite index. Okay, we start by solving the SRT. Alright, so you should know about index number formula, or else I couldn't help you now. So index number is equals to what? Q1, I don't know how the formula right lah, something like this lah, I guess, but I definitely understand the concept. Alright, so in order to get the index number, let's say for tennis, in order to get 110, basically is the current year, which is year on 2017, divide by the base year, which is 2015, and then times 100, so which is 220 over r times 100. You can see use the 2007 year divide by 2015 year and multiply 100. So r is basically equals to 220 divide, so equal to 200. Alright, so r is 200. And then I want to find s. Okay, so I do not know my index number, but I will use the 2017 over 2015 times 100. So 187.5 divided by 150, so it's 120. Alright, so and then I want to find t. I do the same thing. T over 400 times 100 equals to 130. So t will equals to 1.3 times 400. So it's 520. Alright, this one is just basically is the bonus mark. The good thing about index number is normally part A is a bonus mark. Basically just substitute into the formula. Alright, then I will move to the next one. Alright, using the data in a diagram 9 as a weightage, calculate the composite index. Alright, in order to get the composite index, right, you need to have the weightage, which is W, for each of the items here. So, alright, minus 20, right? So it's 100, 80, 60, 40. So in order to get the composite index, I will do sum of them. So basically like 110 multiply 100, index multiply weightage, right? Plus 120 multiply 80, plus 105 multiply 60, plus 130 multiply 40 over total weightage, 280. So you just type everything into the calculator, should be able to get the composite index easily. This one is considered a bonus mark also, because you don't even need to think. You just need to know the formula, and then you apply the formula. You should be able to easily get the answer. Divide 280. So the composite index is 114.64. Alright. And then over here I will do one tiny thing is I always prefer to write out my year. This one composite index is 17 based on 15. Because later in the part C or D you might need to use it. Alright, the part C that says the total monthly sales for these 4 types of shoe in 2015 is this one. They ask about corresponding total monthly sale in 2017. So this is total. This is joined together with the golf, tennis, badminton shoe. Total means you have to use a composite index. And we got our composite index just now for the year years 2017 based on 15 is 114.64, isn't it? But what's the meaning of this composite index here? This one means actually is price for 2017 over price for 2015 multiply 100 equals to 114.64. Okay, how do I get this formula? Because composite index is still considered as an index number, so therefore I can use the index formula. Alright, so if you understand this one, I will plug in my value, which is price for 2015 is 75,000. This price I do not know. So this one I will move the 100 to the other side, 1.1464. Then I can get my price easily by multiply 1.1464 with 75000. So total should be, let's say RM, I live in RM, 85980. So this is the total values of this paper. Alright, then the last part, they ask about what's the average price. The average price of the shoe are expected to rise by 40% from year 2015 to 2019. So therefore, we can easily know the index number for 2019 based on 2015 is raised 40%. Raised 40% means what? 100%. Raised 40%, it will be 140. Alright, then they ask about composite index for 1719. Alright, right now we kind of need to solve something is like this. Alright, so if this one is this one, I can say this is something like, okay, let's say price 19 over price 15 times 100 equals to 140, right? So I can move the 140 to the other side, become hundreds. Okay, why I want to do that? Because later I want to substitute into my formula. So I will do the same thing. So you should know price 15 over price 15 times 100 equals to 114 over 65, right? So I can say it's 114.64 over 100. Because what? Right now I want to find index number for 19/19. 19/17. So this one is basically equals to price for 19 over price for 17 times 100. But how to get this one? I will do something like change rule, which is price 19 multiply price 17. The middle, these two must be the same, which is the 15 and 15 times 100. And you realize I have both of them above, right? So this one is 140 over 100. And then this one is 100 over 114.64. then multiply 100, 100 and 100 you cut, then I should be able to straight away get the value. 140 times 100 divide 114.64. So my final answer is 122.12. This is how I get the index number by doing the change rule. Yes, I'm done the whole paper except the linear programming. Anything you want to ask me? So question C, you missed the biggest point. Calculate the average daily sales. Oh my god, yes. Okay, so therefore, you got the number already, and then the number basically you need to divide by the total days, the total monthly sales. Find the corresponding, the average price increase. I don't understand what question you are asking. Corresponding monthly sale on January, blah 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 blah. That one is total monthly sales of these four type is 75,000 total monthly sales. So the corresponding monthly sales on January, is it different month? They ask about daily sales. Oh, they ask about daily sales. Yeah, so you need to the answer you need to divide 31. Alright, so you need to divide 31. So it's 1.1464 multiply 75,000 just now, and then you will get the total monthly sales, right? Because they asked about daily sales, so you shouldn't stop at the monthly sale just now. So you have 85980, which is the total monthly sales. Now I'm talking about part C. Divide 31 days because they asked about average daily sales. So we need to divide 31. So we can know the daily sales will be 2773.55. This one should be my daily sales. Alright, so yeah, because January have 31 days. And does the question above ask about total distance? Because I didn't read any total distance above here. Because student keeps saying about total distance. Oh yeah, they really ask about total distance. Okay, if the question asks about total distance, basically you can integrate the curve if you want. You can integrate the curve from 0 to 5 to find the total area, or you just do step by step also can. Let's integrate the curve, see whether we can get the. So yeah, because we understand basically the area of the velocity basically means distance travel. So I just trying to integrate from 0 to 5, see what happens. 2t squared minus 5t minus 3. And basically I'm getting the S equation, right? You should know I integrate V, I'm getting the S equation because I already integrate here. Then I will just substitute the value there to get the total distance. Alright, let's do about total distance because I already integrate, right? So I have 2t cubed over 3 minus 5t squared over 2 minus 3t from 0 to 5. Basically, in this case, yeah, you just need to substitute the 5 into there, isn't it? But the particle do make one time U-turn. So if the particle do make one time U-turn at 3, you cannot straight away sub like this. So that means because the particle make U-turn when V equal to 0, T equal to 3, right? So when you do this one, you kind of need to do a 0 to 3 plus the same thing and then 3 to 5. Yeah, in order to get the total distance, because the particle make the U-turn when T equals to 3. And because why you need to do separately from the graph perspective, because from 0 to 3, the graph actually is below the x-axis. Below the x-axis, you will get negative area. And from 3 to 5, the area is positive. So you kind of still need to do separately again. So, okay. We do substitute 3 before, right? So nice. So when we do separately, right, we get negative area, and we try it just now. So we need to modulus it, negative 27 over 2. And then we plus the 5 one. Okay, let's do a S5 right now real quick. So it's 2125 over 3 minus, okay, so this is 525 over 2 minus 15. Alright, so 250 over 3 minus 125 over 2 minus 15. So, yep, we will get 35 over 6. So here should be 35 over 6 minus negative. Yeah, minus negative become plus, right? 27 over 2. So, yep, so I will plus 27 over 2. And then I will plus another 27 over 2. So is the total distance equals to 32 and 5 over 6? Is that the correct answer? Oh, I got wrong again. Yep, seems like my answer is correct. Yeah, thanks for that, because I totally missed up the total distance. And thanks for reminding me. Yep, basically this is the whole paper. Is there anything you want to ask me? Yeah, we have still have 55 students stay with me until the last minute. I really appreciate that. If there's no other questions, then I will end my live streaming right now. And have a wonderful night. And I will see you guys soon. Or yeah, someone want to see the index number? Okay. Yeah, which part of index number you want to do? Question 15. Yeah, I'm showing the question 15. Just depend which part you want to see. If you miss up anything, you don't need to worry, because you can watch the replays soon here. So are you home? Yeah, I live streaming at my home, but I stopped my own recording first. Yep, so I want to know which part you want to see. I'm very tired because before this live streaming, actually I have another class which I'm teaching about engineering math, which is, I think, is year 1 or year 2 engineering math. Like, so difficult. I mean, for me it's so difficult because the equation, all that. So I like study the whole day, and then I go to teach. After teach already, I rush back for this live streaming. So it's like I already exhausted after teaching the engineering math. So and I straight away come to here, so my brain is like doesn't work like so well. So y equals to 5 over x dx. Can you explain how you solve this time of question? Root is -1 plus 1 with 0, right? Yeah, I don't understand you. Sorry, I trying to help you, but I don't understand. Should be 2808.15. Is it? Last question. Yeah. Let me type my calculator again. 1.1464 1.1464 times 75000 divide by 31. Yep, I saw the answer. My answer actually is different. So is my index number wrong? Yep, my index number is wrong. Oops. Yeah, kind of need to calculate this index number again. 110 times 100 plus 120 times 80 plus 105 times 60 plus 130 times 40. Divide 280. Am I substitute wrong value here? 100 for tennis, 80 for badminton, football is 60, and golf is 40. 40. It doesn't seem wrong here, but I'm not sure why. Is 125 the index number? 187.5 divide 150. Oh my god. This index number is 125. So therefore, here should be 125. So therefore, my index number should be 116.07. So therefore, this answer over here should be 116.07. So therefore, the total here should be 87052.5. Therefore, my final answer should be 2808.15. Yup. Yep, yeah, most welcome. And yeah, so thanks for the Amil Shami for helping me out about some carrot mistake here. Yeah, because just now I see 5 over 4. So without seeing 120, I thought like 5 over 4 is 120. So I straight away, I don't know how I thought 5 over 4 is 1.2. But 5 over 4 basically is 1.25. Yeah, so without changing, I straight away write 120 over there. So when is the last time you eat roti cheese? I think like last few days I do eat roti cheese, but I think I will go eat again because right now I'm starving. Is it called starving? Like I'm very hungry. So yeah, we still have about 45 students now. So yeah, I should let you guys go to rest also because about 12 a.m. already. And yeah, tomorrow morning I have another class also. How to come from Singapore to KL. Yeah, this seems like this Elvin really want to meet me. Yeah, if have time, maybe we can meet up after SPM. I still not sure what we should do after we meet up because I don't know what we should talk about. But anyways, yeah, I let all of you go to rest, so I will just stop my live streaming right now. If you have any comment, you can continue type over there. Maybe I don't end the chat room so fast. And yeah, or you can find me in my Facebook page. Yeah, it's very soon, like maybe like few days later, you will see me for live streaming for Modern Math as well. Yes, so I'll see you guys around on my YouTube channel. Thanks for being here. So bye bye and good night.